welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Anyone But You. I don't know, I'm a little cold on this movie, but this movie's, a guy and a girl meet for a first date, and they really like each other, but then it turns cold for some reason. I don't know, and then somehow they end up at a remote location wedding, or location wedding, I guess, fine, I don't know, whatever. And they have to pretend to be a couple for some reason. So, seen this play out in other movies, right? This is the hottest, young talent that's around in Hollywood right now, Sydney Sweeney. Everybody seems to be big on Sydney Sweeney. I don't dislike her, but I'm not on the Sydney Sweeney train. But she's in a lot of movies, and I watch a lot of movies. And Glen Powell, he was in Top Gun Maverick. And there was another one he was in. So, good looking fella, I think. I'm not sure where I stand on liking him. I definitely like Miles Teller more than him, as one of my favorite actors, even prior to Top Gun. Glen Powell, I don't know. I think he's good. I'm there. I'm closer to liking him than I am Sydney Sweeney. Anyway, Alexandra Shipp is also in this, who I've seen in a lot of different things. Dermot Mulroney. How about that? Not back to back. He was just in Lights Out that I watched. So if you haven't seen that review, that's an action movie. But anyway, it is an hour and 43 minutes long. It is 6.3 on IMDb. 36,623 people rated it. I thought it was supposed to be really good. I don't know. It seems more, trendy than it is something that I would like. I don't know. Let's find out. Stick around. I'll let you know what I think. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Anyone But You, and a lot of times when I watch movies, I've seen so many, and I'm not like bragging or anything like that, but you've seen them all, and this is one that I felt that I've seen, whether there was a movie exactly like it, or it was just very similar, or parts of one and another part of another combined. So there's that piece of it. It's kind of been done feeling. What's it with the George Clooney and Julia Roberts one? Feels like that was very similar. But anyway, we have Glen Powell and Sydney Sweeney who meet, first date, great time. They have a blast, and then something bad happens, and then they distance each other from. But how about this? Both, like Sydney's sister and another girl getting married, and her sister and her fiance are best friends with Glen Powell's character. So they have to go to Australia, to this rich family's house to get married. I mean, it must be awesome. But, so they end up going there, and then when they get there, of course, Glen Powell's ex-girlfriend's there, and Sydney's ex-fiance's there, and it's like playing the game of, hey, we got to make them jealous so we can get them back, or for all different kinds of reasons we got to do this. What do you think's going to happen? Are sparks going to fly? And if they do fly, what's going to happen? Are they going to end up together? So you get the movie plot, right? And I'm sure you've seen them before, and it's just new with the new, it characters or it actors, which is Glen Powell and Sydney Sweeney. I stand by what I say about Sydney. It's great. There's nothing wrong with her character or her acting or anything like that. But I'm not like everybody else. I'm more like that with Glen Powell. I think I said that already. He is sculpted. Like out of everything. It's like, how do people get that lucky to get like, wow. Anyway, I know it sounds like I have a crush on Glen Powell. Well, why not, right? The dude is. Anywho, enough about him. Am I blushing? No, but seriously, it was fun. I didn't really laugh out loud that much, but I enjoyed all the characters. There's none that I didn't like that bothered me. The situation, you knew what was happening, so although it would normally bother me that, are they going to get together and they not, and then bad things happen to mess everything up, you could see it all coming, so it wasn't like, I'm so disappointed. It's like, I knew this was coming, now let's move on to the next part kind of thing. But again, didn't laugh out loud that much. Might have smiled. The best, if you do watch it, I think the funniest line is there. I'm what do you say? I really like your commitment. And I'll explain to you at the end what that means, but that struck me as funny. That was the only one. I mean, everything else was, I mean, that was more closer to laugh out loud than any other ones. Other ones were just cute and stuff like that. And there was some weirdness on the cliff I thought was a little strange. But ultimately, it is a cute romantic comedy, and that's what you get. But one last thing I'll leave you with before I jump into the spoiler alert kind of thing. Not really a spoiler alert, but I don't want to give away too much of that because that's where you're going to laugh. So before I get into that, they have rolling credits at the end. So there's a song that has significance throughout the movie. And I think the rolling credits, the post-credit scenes or whatever it is, I found that funny. I found that enjoyable. I liked it. So stick around for if you do decide to watch this movie, don't turn it off as soon as it's over. Watch the credits and see if you get a little smile there, a little giggle here and there. I think maybe you will. But if you don't, I apologize. Anyway, real quick before I jump, probably give it a 6. So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Not going to ruin the movie in any form or fashion, but I will possibly ruin one funny scene that you probably want to. So if you haven't seen it and you want to laugh originally at that scene, jump off right now. But if you don't care, here it goes. So they do the whole Titanic thing, right? And they're on the front of the boat, you know, king of the world kind of thing. And then she falls in and he dives in after her, whatever. It's a beautiful moment. But then the big Australian guy, which you have to get the character development and understand what he's all about. You know, he's like, they're doing Titanic. I love your commitment. You know, like they were committing to the scene. That struck me as funny. There you go. That's what I got. Spoiler on that funny moment. But check it out. Let me know what you think. That's it. That's all I got. I'm clapping my hands. I don't know. Well, I'll see you next time. Kimmel's Irish Pub.